gonna be an episode. No, this is not even an episode, sweetheart. This is one of the reels. You know how I do. I go to my letters, I go to my books, I pull out my facts, I get to spitting my real talk, I tell you guys how it goes down and how it all went down, and I give you the truth. Hello, Wendy Williams, how you doing? I can't quite get it right yet. Sorry, that's not my thing, it's not even my trademark. But anyway, before I get into this, I definitely want to give out some shout outs to some of my biggest supporters and to some of my YouTube fashion friends out there before I get into the main topic, because once I get into this drama, once I get into this girl, once I get into this heifer, once I slay her, once I put her to rest, once I read her rights, I'll forget to shout you out. Okay, so I want to just go ahead and shout out, Lord, I can't see. I want to shout out Deontay Dupree. He actually saw me downtown in DC. He made a U-turn in his car. He says he saw me going to Urban Outfitters, and he was like, he just had to come over and just get an autograph. That was so fly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you ever see me again, throw something at me, I guarantee you I will stop. Okay, big shout outs to Stephanie Nolan. We're actually running together for a competition to be in an awards, it's an awards event coming up. It's called the Maryland Fashion Awards. I'm running for Fashion Blogger of the Year and also avant-garde male designer, well, avant-garde fashion designer. So the link is at the bottom if you guys want to check that out and just vote for me and Stephanie Nolan. Vote for Stephanie Nolan pretty much for runway model and print runway model. Her name is Stephanie Nolan, so definitely check out my girl. She's doing really big things. Also, I want to shout out Reese. Reese is a singer. He has his own YouTube show as well. It's called Reese Image. The name is right at the bottom. Shout out to you, Reese. Hey, Baltimore Boo. I see you holding it down with the vocals. Keep doing your thing. And mad shout out to the love of my life, the one who's taking over YouTube, the one who's doing things real big, the one that's giving them the rap version, the one that's letting them know that Nicki Minaj will not change his image. I'm giving it up for Lonnie of Chatting with Lonnie. I gave him all that grace, and I gave him too much. That's all he gets. Chatting with Lonnie. So definitely check him out. He's doing really big things as well when it comes to YouTube and music and entertainment. He's definitely been about his business, and I love his grind. Okay! Okay! Time that we get into the tea. Time that we clock an X, Y, and a Z. Because, sweetheart, I am sick of these Facebook thugs. I'm sick of these Facebook gangsters. I'm going to give you the real. And when I clock the tea, I'm going to keep it very real with you. I'm going to clock the tea on myself because I also could have been better. I had an event coming up. Well, I have an event. It's past. The Everything Must Go Vendors Expo, correct? So I was looking for vendors for this event, whatever like that, and I had a lot of people respond to it. I'm going to try to make a long story as short as possible because this story right here can just branch off to so many topics and so many good topics that I do want to talk to you guys about as well. But, okay, so we had one of the vendors that were in the show. It's a female. Now, I'm not going to say this chick name because she gets no publicity on my show. We're going to call her Miss Tammy Nobody. And when I call her Tammy Nobody, you'll see why she's a Tammy Nobody. Hey, Miss Tammy Nobody, body. Okay, so Tammy Nobody wanted to be a vendor in the actual event that I was having for the Everything Must Go that I do once a month in DC. So, you know, now, mind you, we're going to rewind this one back. I knew of Tammy Nobody from years down the road because she interviewed me at one of my fashion shows when I was just starting up. And I also went to one of Tammy Nobody's, you know, rap concert event and things while she was doing her thing up there. And, you know, also a week ago, I saw Tammy Nobody in the club. Now, before I get into this letter, let me tell you what Tammy Nobody did. Yes, she did, sweetheart, because they have the pictures on the Facebook to prove it. When I came into the club, you know what, I saw my girlfriends, I kikied, I laughed with them, and then Tammy Nobody saw me. I didn't recognize Tammy Nobody at first because you know I am very Rose Nyland. Hello, Golden Girls. I am like through the rain, through the roof. I can't remember anything. So when I saw her, I didn't really register who it was. So she's, you know, giving me my grace, taking photos with me, you know, just having a good time in the neighborhood. So 30 minutes later, I realized that, oh, you're Miss Rapstress, you're Miss Cupcake Girl. I'm dropping hints so you guys can know who this little chick is. But I'm like, okay, I know who you are. Hey, girl, what's up? Yes! Kiki. So we're just talking and laughing and taking pictures and stuff like that. So we're talking about dudes in the club, talking about DL dudes in the club, whatever like that. So with that, you know, on that level, see, not everybody in business I talk to about DL dudes and who this and that in the club and, you know, who we mess with, who we don't mess with, whatever like that. So already I made an assumption that this was a Kiki kind of girl. So, anyway, So this person, she puts the information about being a vendor on her Facebook page to promote to her audience. Okay, cool, great. So I saw that somebody asked her what time or what was something about it, and she told the person to, you know, it's in the ad. Hello, read the ad. Hello, people, let's start reading what we put out on our Facebook pages today. Hello, let's learn how to read. Okay, so like 3 to 4 hours later, Miss Tammy Nobody hits me up on my Facebook and she asks me, Emore'J, how much is the vendor's fee? Okay, now this is the part where I went wrong. Okay, where I made the assumption. Now, this is what I responded to her with exactly what I said. This might be a 2-part video. This is going to be a long video right here, but this is going to be good because I'm going to go and read. I'm going to go professional, then I'm going to go personal, then I'm going to go back to being professional again. I'm going to slay her. But anyway, we love you dearly. So I said to her, and I made the assumption that people kind of know how I talk already and that people know my, you know, play tone and things like that. Because if you're a kiki kind of girl, well, I'm going to go ahead and read it anyway. But I said, Lord, I'm going to pray, ask the Lord to awaken your king instincts, and it's all in the ad love. The vendor fee is $40. You arrive at 4:30 p.m. to set up. I'll read that to you again in case you didn't catch it. I said, Lord, and this is just how I said it, but this is how I typed it so that she could understand how I said it. I said, Lord, I'm going to pray and ask the Lord to awaken your king instincts, girl. It's all in the ad love. The vendor fee is $40. You arrive at 4:30 p.m. to set up. Okay, that's the tone I said it in. So after that, like 10 minutes or so later, I get an email back from her and Miss Girl went off. When I tell you that she reigned like Hezekiah Walker on me, I mean she reigned. She went in. She went from the preface of the book to chapter 76, and I was still on the preface. I was still on chapter 1, and I was like, where does she go? How did she even get this far in the book? And I'm just starting the book. So she said that, moi, let me put my reading shades on, because I really can't read with these shades on, because these things are a little bit too dark for me. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Okay, so she says to me, Emore'J, question, when you speak of king instincts, do you mean king instincts as in my discernment of you and the competitive spirit I noticed when I first met you at the Ark, when you hated on me at your fashion show perhaps? Okay. Oh, already I was slapped across. I didn't know where that one came from. Cut 1. But let me inform you so you never get it mistaken again. I am a business entrepreneur similar to yourself. Trust I get irritated when people ask me the same questions, but questions that are posted on flyers. However, I know how to use king instincts to tell the difference between lazy readers and busy people. I treat them accordingly. I suggest you learn how to do the same. As far as you praying to the Lord, whatever you pray about is your business. But don't ever speak to me in that sarcastic tone about the Lord on my behalf. Spend your time and energy praying that the Lord works with you in clearing up any desires and sins that you have that are not in His will. Also, next time you invite or lure people to your event, be clear about your fees and I will not be participating, that's all. We're going to keep that right here for a reference. Hold on to that, please. Thank you, Stas. So, let me get into this letter and tell you how this went wrong. And I'll be honest. I'll take all the blame. You know, my response to her was unprofessional. And I'll admit that. And it was unprofessional because I made an assumption thinking that, you know, I knew of this person that, you know, I joked with her in the club. We talked and we laughed and we kiki. By kiki, that means laughing and, you know, giggling in the club with each other and talking about things that you don't talk to, you know, most business folks about and things. So I made the assumption that, you know, she would kind of know my tone and know how I was saying and know that I really wasn't going to ask the Lord to lay hands on her and do all this and do all that for her because it was just too, you know, too goddamn serious, sister. So anyway, however, with her response, it showed me how this person really did think of me, and that this person really didn't even like me. That this person tolerated me. That this person didn't like me, they tolerated me, because in the letter, the first thing they went and said was something that happened 4 years ago, which I am clearly oblivious about. Because, okay, we're gonna stick to this letter real quick because there's still some more drama, there's still some more mess with this. Now, before I could respond and clarify how I said it and apologize for what I said, because I do believe in that. If I'm in the wrong and if I said something that was in the wrong nature, then I do want to apologize on my behalf and learn from that. So, before I could do that, you know, Tammy, nobody hits me with the juvenile punk type of actions and blocks me. And I'm like, okay, why would this person block me so that I cannot clarify what I was saying and that I meant no disrespect, however, like that? Okay, so she blocks me. Now, you know I have sources and you know I know people. So I got Tammy nobody's number. It was so easy to get, she's very easy to get in touch with, you know. Most people that are on the move are you know, kind of difficult to get in touch with. But anyway, that's a shade. But I'm meant to read. So I called on Tammy nobody's phone and it rung, and as soon as she answered the phone, when I tell you that she gave me Angie from around Brooklyn, she answered the phone, she was like, hello! I was like, ooh. I was like, so you know I had to put on my Kelly Bundy voice. I was like, hi, this is Emore'J Couture. Is Tammy nobody in? Click! Ooh. This happened and hung up the phone. Okay. So I'm sitting here about like, where is all of this heat coming from? Well, I clearly know where it's coming from because it was in the letter. So, after that, you know, I left her a voicemail explaining some things, and then I sent her a text message as well, you know, letting her know that it wasn't in that tone and such. So then this person, now see, this is where she contradicts herself. See, this is where she loses all respect for me. Well, even within some of the letter, when she bust some of her shots at me, which she missed because I was ducking them, I was whoop, whoop, whoop. This is where she lost respect for me. So she goes onto her Facebook page, which is supposed to be for business. She goes into her Facebook page, you know, she calls herself a businesswoman, and she, you know, subliminally tries to put me on blast. Well, it does put me on blast on her Facebook page. Okay, like a 13-year-old child would do after they block somebody and then hang up. Okay, we're gonna jump right into this. So she says, to all of my supporters, I will not be participating in the Everything Must Go event on Saturday. Retweet. I must watch the folks I collab with in the DMV because people talk too slick for me. And I don't want to have to go back to my Southside days. And Tammy Nobody. She lists herself as Tammy Nobody. So the reason why I'm calling her Tammy Nobody is not because I'm throwing shade towards the nobody, but because she considers herself a nobody. I mean, she classifies it as nobody. It's right here in the letter, sweetheart. So she says, I'm going to read that to you one more time. Because people talk too slick for me and I don't want to have to go back to my Southside days and Tammy Nobody. Stay tuned for more updates. LOL. LOL, like a child would do. This is why I started such and such entertainment. Because I have too many undercover haters. I pray for the truth to be revealed. Before I go to the next shot that she tried to bust at me. Haters? Hate? What? Who was hating? What? See, how did you get to chapter 76 of the book and we're still on the preface? Like, I'm not understanding how somebody is hating on you. No, sweetheart, if you wanted to really try to read somebody on your Facebook status, what you should have said and how you should have said it to really slay me, you should have said, I wish people would practice what they preach and be professional at all times. That's what you should have said. See, don't call somebody a hater, and I clearly don't. You have nothing for me to hate on. You have nothing, but I'm going to continue on. I will digress. But I'm going to clock your teeth some more once the letter goes on. So, then she says on her Facebook page, like a juvenile high schooler would do, she says, it's crazy. We are all the makers of our destiny. Most of the critics spend time zoning in on others' moves versus stalking their lives. The successful and wealthy ones aren't blogging all day. They worked hard for their money. It's theirs. I wish we could see what the haters waste their money on. Okay, so let me just go ahead and just break this on down from level A, B, C, and D. First of all, I want to kind of clarify that, you know, what I said to you, yes, it was unprofessional, and when I tried to reach back out to you, I reached out to you to apologize to you for that tone, and I took that as a lesson learned that I cannot be that way with everybody. Even if I did laugh at you in the club and Fashion Friends, I'm clocking my own tea right now. Even just because I laughed with you in the club and I had, you know, we made some jokes, whatever, which was very personal, you know, kind of confusing, but however, my response should have still have been professional. You know, thank you so much. Here is the date and time. Here is yada yada yada. Here is such and such. Have a good day. That's what I should have said and left it just like that. However, that's why I came back to you to apologize for my unprofessional act. But I don't understand how it went from you all of a sudden holding in your grudges and your animosity and all of a sudden want to reveal that I was hating on you. What was that word again? What was that again? You said that you noticed a competitive spirit. First of all, we aren't even in the same field. You're a rapper, I'm a fashion specialist. You make cupcakes, I make clothes. You make cupcakes, I produce fashion show events. You make well, you don't have an album. Well, I don't know the information on the album. I don't hear much about it circulated throughout my area, so I don't know, you know. She could have one in her bedroom. But you're a rapper, you know, I'm a specialist, you know? So I don't understand how, where do we compete at? Where do we compete, girl? And then what kind of takes me back is that what I don't like what people do is that when they respond to something, then they block that person. You know, for you to sit up here and say that, don't let me go into my Southside days, you just contradicted yourself because you said that you're a business entrepreneur like myself. See, when I got into the issue with you, I never even publicized on my Facebook page that me and you got into this altercation. I never even put that on my Facebook page because I'm trying to use it as a business outlet. So I don't need to let all my audience know, oh, I got haters everywhere, I got haters this and that, oh, another hater reveal, or another, sweetie, ain't nobody hater of it. Nobody's hating. You have to have a lot of something to have before somebody can hate on you. I am so sick of people taking the word hate and just hater, like we wear that word out. We call everybody a hater just because somebody, you know what? No, I'm gonna break this down real quick. Let me tell you what a hater is before I go back to this letter. This is what a hater is. Just because somebody does not like what you're doing does not make them a hater. In my sense, in my term, a hater is also a synonym for promoter, because a hater will sit there and talk about you and publicize it. For example, I'm gonna use myself. If I don't like Emore'J Couture's clothes, I don't like his clothes. I don't like his stuff. I don't like what Emore'J Couture does. I don't like him. However, I'm a hater when all of a sudden, when we get around people, I'm promoting my hate for him. Emore'J is whack. He's lame. Emore'J is the dusted. He's a bobhead. He's this and that. He's late. He's shot. Emore'J Couture is this. I'm publicizing this. I'm publicizing all of my negative thoughts and all my energies to people. I'm promoting Emore'J. I'm promoting hate for this person, so I am a hater. However, if I don't like what you're doing and I keep it to myself, and maybe a girlfriend of mine and we talk about it, I don't really, no, that's not my style. That's not, no, to me it's whack, but you know, I don't need to go around publicizing it. I personally don't like it. That's not a hater. This person just does not like your stuff. So just because somebody does not like what you're doing does not make them a hater. So all of a sudden everybody in the DMV is hating on you. Girl, sit down, do some work. So anyway, back to what this was. So, and then I'm a little bit confused when you said the part about you being a Southside girl. First of all, you're clearly not a Southside girl, because first of all, no Southside girl will hang up on nobody that calls their phone. I clearly don't understand that. I'm a little bit lost because you're totally contradicting yourself from even talking about being a hater, but you know what? So I didn't have to get some references. And then, you know, as in getting my references, I found out what type of person you are, because you didn't get into it and you didn't do these same exact stunts with me. You did them with 4 other people, and then you did these same exact methods. You had some miscommunication issues with these people, and sweetie, you know who they are because they're on your Facebook page. Yes, hello. Some of them, and the same exact stunts you did with them. You blocked them and then you blasted them on your Facebook page. Why do that? I mean, and you clearly have the access number to contact these people to say, what's up? Which a Southside girl would do. But you clearly want to take it to fight mode on your page. Like, what kind of Angie cunt are you? Like, who does that? Like, what? How old are you again? Old? I mean, why have that mentality? If you're a businesswoman, you clock the T in your letter and you move on. Plain and simple. Or you clock my tea and you say, you know what, such and such needs to be learn how to people need to learn how to be professional at all times. Clock the right tea, don't clock the wrong tea. Because nobody's hating on you. And then to want to say that, you know, I hope spend your time and energy praying that the Lord works with you in clearing up any desires and sins that you have that are not in His will. I'm really confused on this. This is going to be another topic extended. Why every time a female gets into it with a gay man, all of a sudden she wants to start talking about how he's living in sin and how homosexuality is a sin and how he shouldn't be doing. Why is that the first thing that a female, and I'm not saying all, but I'm saying most females that hang around gay males that want to be cunt like us, that want to be over. Why is that most females that do that, as soon as they get into an argument with us, the first thing they want to do is pretty much try to go after the whole gay card or the whole sinner card or it's not in God's will card. Like, what? Come on now, sweetheart. But you clearly were taking photos with me. You clearly were in my face. You clearly gave me fever. I mean, I'm sorry, not fever, but you clearly gave me life. Like, we clearly kikied. So what does that say about you? You're a fake person. You're very phony. You didn't like me. You tolerated me. You tolerated me because you didn't want me to put you on blast how I'm doing right now. And I'll say this, yes, she does make cupcakes. And I'll say this in love. And I'll say this in cuteness. That her cupcakes are moist. Maybe if your music was like your cupcakes, you would have a career by now. Maybe if your music was like your cupcakes, you would have the whole DMV supporting you behind you. And now this is where I get personal. This is where I get cute. Let's talk about Angel Lola. Angel Lola just started in the rap game, correct? And all of a sudden Angel Lola hopped from the DMV Awards to the BET Awards. Yes, Angel! You've been doing this for how many years? All of your life. And you clearly have not even gotten a DMV Award yet. What does that say about you? You weren't even at the BET Awards. What does that say about you? I mean, you've been grinding for how long? So now all of a sudden you go from being a rapper to making cupcakes. No, sweetie, you're not working within your field. What you're doing is, in the words of one of my fashion friends, hello Sharella, you're now hustling. You're now trying to make ends meet. You're now trying to, you know, make a living off of any way that you possibly can. So I'm clearly a little bit lost. I take this as a lesson learned that you cannot approach everybody in a personal manner and thinking that everybody will receive you how you assume they thought that you said it. And that's the assumption that I made, and that's the assumption that I apologize for, because clearly I was unprofessional when I, you know, responded to her in that personal manner, thinking that what we had was a little bit more than what we had. So, however, but to go off on somebody like that and then to block them and then to subliminally start blasting them throughout your Facebook and throughout your Twitter, that says a lot about you. And then when this person tries to reach out to you to clarify where they came from, see, that's the thing. When you talk about DMV folks hating, DMV folks are like this, DMV folks don't support this, you know what, it's not DMV folks, it's you. Because at the end of the day, you never gave that person a chance to clarify where they were coming from, or you never even communicated clearly with this person to understand, why did you say that? Why was this said and done? Why did this take place? You never communicate. That's what we go wrong, because we don't know how to communicate. See, when you start communicating and, oh, so you didn't? Oh, okay, I understand now. But clearly what sparked this whole heated argument was that you were holding on to your insecurities from 4 years ago because you felt that I was throwing you some type of attitude, or you felt that I was, you know, giving you too much. Clearly I wasn't, and if anybody that knows me knows that my head is in the clouds. Hello, Cloud 9, John Legend. So I'm trying to figure out, how was I having a competitive spirit with you, and we're in two different fruit punch bowls. Like, we clearly are. You're in the orange bowl and I'm in the punch bowl. So I'm not understanding what you're talking about. You know, so clearly right now, we're just going to clock this up and wrap this up and say, this is a lesson learned. Now I will truly approach people in a professional manner when it comes to business, and I will separate personal from personal. My Facebook page will now be strictly business. I will try to be as close to business as possible.